What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Joyce. Zhilei, Big Bang, Zhang. Get this. Shout out to my boy J. Roos Theory for bringing this to my attention. I just seen his interview, or video rather, on Joyce's spy that was from Zhilei Zhang's camp. Zhilei Zhang reportedly had a mole in Joyce's camp, and he said that he had inside information on Joyce, and that gave them an overall edge. Now, my counterpunch to this, it's that's not very smart to say, and it's a shittier thing to do. Okay, because for one, you knocked out Joyce. You won in dynamic fashion in 3 rounds. Why would you then make a statement like that? I mean, even if he did, I just hope he was bullshitting. But even if he had a mole in the camp, okay, a mole, somebody that was watching Joyce working on what they're working on, what they're doing, that's shitty. You know, that's shitty for a lot of reasons, because you're just telling us that you can't win a fight based on your own attributes. You've already beat him before. So why would you feel it was a need to bring somebody to spy on Joyce? I mean, look, that loses credibility for Zhang a bit. Not all the way, because I mean he knocked him out, but then you don't know the information that was relayed back to Team Zhang, what they saw in Joyce's camp. So since we don't know, you can assume anything. Like my boy J. Roos said, well, this would give Joyce some type of confidence that, hey, they had to do those type of things in order to possibly get a victory, you know, and that's just shitty, you know. And a lot of times, you know, in almost every situation with Zhilei Zhang, you don't really have room to say anything about him, bad, negative, or whatever. But now, okay, you had a mole in the camp, so you had a fucking spy in the camp for Joyce, and then, yeah, you won by knockout and stuff like that, but then we don't know what information that you was told. So then, yeah, it hurts your credibility. It does, quite some bit, because it's just a shitty thing to do. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's one of those things you do and don't say anything. And that, I say, it's dumb on, like, Zhilei Zhang's account. What, do you just want to show people that you're sneaky? You know, is he trying to imply that he's now the new bad guy? You remember what he said about Alexander Usyk being a cruiserweight? All of a sudden, he's a cruiserweight after he beat Joyce. Oh, he's a cruiserweight. We could knock him out easy. He wasn't saying that shit before he beat Joyce, was he? For the second time, he called Alexander Usyk a skillful master or skillful boxer, right? So what changed? This is what I say to that. It's possible, people, that Zhilei Zhang, now he's admitted that he had a mole in his camp. I don't know how true that is, but we just know what the man said. So you got to side-eye him like, what the hell's up with you, right? You know, and then he starts calling or adopting Tyson Fury's phrase that Tyson Fury said about Alexander Usyk, that Alexander Usyk's a cruiserweight, because, you know, now he's in line to fight Alexander Usyk. Maybe he was just saying that to, you know, stir up Usyk a bit. But either way, it seems to me that he is like gearing towards the direction of being a bad guy, of being the bad dude in the situation, Mr. Bad Guy. He's trying to be that antagonist now. You know, which, hey, is okay, because a lot of times, you know, you can't speak English well. So, you know, I mean, at least you can be a dick about it, you know, and that's a dickish move by bringing somebody in Joyce's camp, you know what I mean? And then calling the unified heavyweight champion of the world a cruiserweight, division that he was once upon a time in, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think that's exactly what he's doing. And I say fair play to him on that regard, but then it's still a shitty thing to do to bring somebody in the camp in order to, get those things and not really want to fight fair and square, because it does question your own credibility and your own confidence in what you can do. The mindset is you prepare yourself in your camp to be ready for whatever comes. That's how you do that. Instead of, hey, let me be a sneaky piece of shit and go over here and hire this dude to go over there and spy on Big Joe. I think that's shitty. My thing is now, I want to know what Joe Joyce thinks of this. You know what I mean? I want to know how he takes this, and I would love to hear his response. But when he does respond, I will let you guys know with my counterpunch based on what he says. You guys tell me what you think of a spy being in the camp of Joe Joyce from the camp of Zhilei Zhang. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!